A very warm good morning to one and all present here on this wonderful Tableau Fringe Festival occasion. I welcome everybody with much pleasure to participate here. Myself Rajiv. I am an author, a blogger, Tableau developer by profession, and an ardent technophile by nature. I am a multidisciplinary designer working in data visualization, interaction design, and innovation. As we all know that Tableau is an incredibly versatile tool. Unlike many other business intelligence tools, Tableau does not constrain users too much and instead gives them power to exercise their creativity when developing visually rich reporting. Today, it's nearly 4 years into my career as a data visualization practitioner. I enjoy looking back at how my Tableau work has evolved and thinking about how I was introduced to the program in the very first place. I started my career as a Cognos developer and I was trying to implement something over there. I still remember I was searching something on Google when I first found Tableau, and I just fell in love with it. But at that time, I was totally new to this tool, and I was having no idea where to go. You know, friends, what I did? The first thing which I did, I started following the people who bring the art of data visualization to its greatest height. The world experts on building creative, aesthetic, and insightful widgets. Few names are Pooja Gandhi, Jonathan Sir, Coach Andy, Roddy, Adam Crahan, David Sir, Simon Sir, Shinchiro Murakami, Sasangda, and many more. If you really want to learn Tableau very quickly, I would advise all of you to closely follow their work. I would also like to add one more point which I learned from my leader Lyndon. He always says one thing: spend some time exploring your data until you understand what's in it. Then grab a pen and lay out a draft version on paper. Remember to keep things simple and consistent because more is not necessarily better. So let's start the journey for which we are here. Pedal to the metal. Tableau tips and tricks which will definitely save your time. Have you ever wondered how to become faster at Tableau but don't have time to read every Tableau blog? Or maybe you wish there was an easier way to do Tableau stuffs without wasting your precious time. This session is a list of 10 Tableau tips and tricks which you can use in Tableau that takes less than 20 minutes to learn. Although aimed at new Tableau user, they will be useful to the seasoned pro as well. These tips will help you save your time, expand your knowledge, and will generally impress your friends and supervisor. So let's start with our first trick: power of drag and drop through control key. So the first step is to getting started with Tableau desktop is to connect to the data you want to explore. There are several types of data you can connect to, and there are several ways to connect to your data. Basically, I prefer two ways. Let's explore what are those. Go to your desktop. Now, I have a sample file, sample superstore. Okay, which is coming with Tableau. So the first trick which I am going to demonstrate over here is simply drag and drop. So what you can do, just drag the data into your Tableau icon and Tableau will open the file. Have a look. You can drag a Microsoft Excel file, text file on the icon, which is a Tableau icon, and Tableau will bring up a standard data import window. So now data is loading. Hooray. Here you can see, just drag here and you can see the data is now available in your Tableau desktop. Another trick: simply copy the data from the Excel file and paste on the Tableau interface. Sometimes you need to do few adjustment in the data pane if you are not getting correct dimensions and measures. So let's see how we can do. So I have a sample data which is showing items and amount. I am just copying it. Open your Tableau file and just do Control and V. So now you can see Tableau is executing a query. Hooray! So the data which is earlier available on Excel, now that data is available on Tableau. So this is another a very quick way to load your data directly from Excel file to your Tableau desktop. Let's go to the same. Now another trick that is also very important and I love it. So sometimes what is happening when you are dragging pills to the color shelf, your Tableau is showing the color marks. L- Let's take an example. I am selecting product category and sales. Mostly when we are trying to add color legend, what we are doing, we are simply dragging region to the color shelf and now it is showing the stacked bar, which is showing central, east, south and west region. So it is, don't you think it's a time consuming process? So to make it easy, what we will do, simply just select this one and directly drag it to the bar chart. You can see a small icon is appearing, which is showing show me. The moment you drag and put it on top of this bar chart, you will see the magic. Now you can see you can directly put your color onto the bar chart. No need to select and put it into the color shelf. Another thing what you can do, you can see here the category, product category is available here: furniture, office supplies and technology. So the easiest way, if you want to add your product category into the color shelf, so either you can directly drag it, or what you can do, choose that particular dimension and just drag it on top of the bar chart. Here also you can see your color legend is appearing based on your product category. What if you wanted to drag your measures onto your color legend? So what we are doing, mostly we are just selecting our cells as cells is on our row shelf, just put it into the color shelf. But don't you think it's too time consuming? So why not to do it in a easy way? Just select that measure axis and drag it on top of your bar. So this is an easy way to add your color onto your marks or onto your view. Now let's see the trick number two, victory through shift key. So just go to the desktop. Now, as you can see in my Excel file, I have created a dummy data which represents periodical sales item. So here company A to J, you can see we have a data which is starting from period P3 2016 to till period 13 2017. Okay, so let's load this data into our Excel file. So let's type in. So now it's loading the data. So now our data is available in our data source window. So just to see the data in a better way, what I will do, I will simply create a pivot, create a pivot. So now Tableau is creating a pivot here. Now let's go to the sheet. So now as you can see, we have a company pivot field names, pivot field values, number of records. Oh, we missed the name. We missed renaming the name. So do we need to go back and then again? Mostly what people will do, they will do just a right click on that particular dimension and perform the rename operation. Okay, here you can see the rename, but it's a time consuming process. That's what I think. So the simple and easy trick is just select that particular dimension and press a shift key. Hooray. Now here you can see the moment you selected that particular dimension and you press the shift key, you are getting an option where you can rename your dimension. So let's rename it to periods. The same thing you can do here also. So just rename it to sales. Now drag a dimension company to your raw self and period on your column self and cells on your text mark. So just do this. Now, as you can see here, from P1 to P13 we have a data, but it's not in sorted order. So what you can see here, P1 2017, P2 2017, period 3 2016, then again period 3 2017 it is started. So what I want my period to be in sorted order. So in a simple way, we can say all 2016 period will be on the left hand side and all 2017 period will appear on my right hand side. So how we gonna do that? It's so the simple thing, right click on that particular dimension period, select the sort option, and you can see we have so many option called ascending, the order of sorting, ascending, descending, in what way you want to perform your sorting, whether it's a data source order or alphabetical order or based on any particular field. So just to make our sorting look perfect, what we will do, we will opt a manual sorting. So here you can see we have an option called P1, P2, P3 of 2016, then again P3 of 2016. So what many of person will opt, they will select and they will do down, 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 and it will go at the end based on your chronological order. So just to avoid and do it at once, what we can do, just select 2017. So I am selecting all 2017 data at once. Now, as we have a proper selection of all the 2017 data, now just click on down. The moment you clicked on down, you can see all 2016 data are on the top and all 2017 data are at the bottom. Let's apply. The moment you applied, what you are seeing, the requirement is I want all my 2016 data to be appeared on my left hand side and my 2017 data appeared on my right hand side. Now you can see all are in sorted order. So this is one of the trick which you can utilize when you perform your manual sorting. Select the required information or select the required fields and click on down button at once. Now, so our next step is also utilizing the shift key. So as you can see, I have opened a dashboard which contains multiple sheets. And just to add some interactivity, what we are using, we will be using an action functionality. As we all know that action plays a very important and crucial role when we want to add some interactivity on your dashboard so that your user will start getting information through those interactivity. So how these tip and trick will help you in saving your time. So let's see, click on dashboard, select action. You can see a pop-up is getting appeared on my dashboard and I have already applied some action. So just to demonstrate an example, I am creating a fresh action. When you click on add action, you will see there are three action type: filter, highlight, and URL. You can select any action type and start your action operation. So for this purpose, I am just using a filter. So now when I clicked on that filter action, I am seeing I have so many dashboard and so many seat. So you can see my source sheet contains so many dashboard, and my target set also contains so many dashboard. So what I want when I click on my forecast sheet, the target still the target set will affect accordingly based on the forecast action. So if I want to select a forecast sheet and if I want to perform some action on performance, what we will do, we will simply uncheck all the information from other sheet, because what I want, when user will select a forecast, only at that instant of time they just want to see the performance. But while performing some operation, what I did some manual thing. I was just unselecting manually. Don't you think this is taking so much of your time? So just to avoid some manual intervention and to keep your speed, what you can do, just click on the first seat which is available in your dashboard overview, or the seat which you want to select. Press shift key and select the last seat. So now you can see all the seats which are available in your dashboard. It's now in selected mode. So just uncheck. Now you unchecked all the seat. So if you want to perform some sort of action on any particular seat, just click on that particular seat and check that operation. So this does save lot of your time. You need not require to go to that individual seat and uncheck that checkbox. So this is a very handy trick, and it can be very helpful if you start incorporating these tricks in your daily practices. This will definitely save your time. Now it's time to show trick number three, which is magic of Unicode characters. You, I love this trick because in every day I'm using this trick in my all the seats or in my all the dashboard, and it is saving lot of my time. How it can be helpful to you and how it will helpful to you in saving your time. Let's explore. So let's go to the seat. So Unicode characters we can use in tooltip, in calculated field, as well as in parameter, and it looks very good when you are using such sort of information. So let's take an example like first go to the website which I am using for all the Unicode characters. The name of the website is Unicode under unicode-table.com, where you can see all the Unicode characters. So just to copy, what you can do, just click on that information, just copy it and paste it in your sheet or paste it in your notepad. So just to show, I have copied three things: a star, sun, and telephone. So now what you can do, let's see how we can use that Unicode characters in our parameter. So I have created a string parameter which is showing some name like sun, star, telephone. Although telephone doesn't make sense with sun and star, it is not good to write telephone along with star and sun, but just to show how it can be helpful. So what I am doing, I am just showing I am just showing that display as along with that Unicode character. So just add your Unicode character at the beginning or at the end based on your requirement or based on your readability, and click OK. So the moment you click, you will see all your Unicode characters are appearing in your display section, and it looks pretty, isn't it? Another way which I am using, you might be using so many seats just to create a dashboard. There might be some possibility that you are using 90 or 100 seats in your Tableau workbook, which I am doing in my project. So
just to keep a track or just to create some sort of similarity between the seats. What I am using, or even most of the person are using this particular technique like color. This is a very beautiful approach where you can add a particular color to all the seats which are having resemblance to each other or which are using some common fields. So this is the one way you can do. Another way what you can do, you can add a particular Unicode character also just to keep a track that these seats are similar to each other. So I am adding a particular Unicode character just to keep a track that okay, this seat, and if I'll create some similar seat, I'll use the same Unicode character. So it will be helpful for me to keep a track that these two seats are somehow interrelated with each other in terms of concepts, in terms of business requirement and all. The third thing which is very important, and I think it's a very easy way to solve your problem. In most of the sit, what we are doing, we are creating more than mostly we are creating 50 or 60 calculation, and sometimes it is very difficult to find. Sometimes if we want to find that particular calculated fields, it's very difficult to get that calculated field very quickly. So what people are using, they are just going to the search function, writing the name and searching that information or searching that calculated field. What if you forgot the name? Then there is other trick also. So during that time, what you are doing, you are just going to the analysis, and there is one option called edit calculated field. So you can see there are so many calculated fields which are present here, are present in my view or present in my dimension pane. So as there are number of calculated fields are very less, but what if you are using more than 100 calculated fields, the pop-up or the drop down will be very large. You cannot just drag each and everything and uh, start hunting for your calculated field. So just to avoid that sort of information, what you can do, you can add your Unicode character at the beginning, and what it will do, all the similar sort of calculated field will appear with appear one after another. So it will be also very handy to keep a track of your calculated field. And sometimes if you want to show one particular information at the very beginning, so what we are doing, suppose that you wanted to show reason, which should appear at the top. So what we are doing, we are just creating a special character and it will appear at the top. So the same thing you can do with your calculated field as well. So you can add any special character or Unicode character. So you will find all your information will appear one after another, which will be very helpful in keeping a track on your calculated field. Now our fourth trick will be incredibly powerful hover function. This trick is very useful if you want to add some more information on your dashboard along with your existing information. And even if you follow the best practices, so many witch gurus always told one thing. It's always add some sort of information on your dashboard so that when a new user will trying to interact with your dashboard, at least it will give a proper picture what they wanted to see or what you are trying to make them understand. So let's see how it will be helpful. So let's go to our dashboard. So this is the just a demo dashboard which I created. So here you can see I have used Andy's method of how of using ASCII characters on my tooltip. Here you can see it is showing the beautiful information which is using Andy's method how we can use ASCII characters on my tooltip. So now what I want my user to provide some information. So just to provide that, what I used a bulb symbol, which is giving a information how we can use an ASCII characters or how it can be useful to add that information. So how to do that? The simple and a very easy way, what you can do, just create a blank sheet. Now you can see we have nothing to show here. But Tableau has so many shapes which you can utilize just to provide a meaningful information. So let's take an example. First, what I will do, just change the marks from automatic to shape. So the moment I changed, what I will see, a new mark self is getting appeared, which is nothing but a shape. So what I will do, first I'll click on this one. Now I can see so many shape. Some are filled shape and some are hollow shape. So to make more meaningful my hover information, what I will use, I'll use a I'll use a shape which is a bulb sign. So I'm using this one. So now you can see I have selected my shape as a bulb. Now, whatever information I want, or whatever uh, particular information, or whatever thing I wanted to show, I can add it in the form of text, but make it sure it should be in the string format, or at least it should be within the double quotes, so that it will be helpful when user perform a hover action. It will give the correct information. Don't try to add, or it's not advisable to add some sort of calculation information or something. It should be informative. So I have added an information how we can use the ASCII characters, or how it can be helpful. Just add that information on your row self or column self, doesn't matter how you want to use. So now just hide the header. Now you can see you have an information. Bingo. Now a correct information, or some sort of information is now available. So just adds color based on your interactivity. Now when user will do some hover, user will see this sort of information. You can also perform some formatting over there. Just remove the border from the pan, also from the row. Now add that particular sheet in your dashboard, and uh, some sort of, along with some sort of arrow. So when a new user will come to your dashboard, and if he or she doesn't know how to interact, at least this sort of information will give a clear picture. Now it's time to show trick number 5. This time I'm planning to demonstrate Tableau hack for the trick number 5. As it's a very well known fact, Tableau only allows 16 row headers or labels in a single visualization before it starts concatenating the header values. The default is actually 6 headers until it starts to concatenate, but this can be increased by adding some changes in the table layout. Let me show you how. So now I have added more than 16 columns, but as you can see, all the headers are started getting concatenated. So here we are seeing 6 header only. So if you go to analysis, table layout, advanced, you can see the number of rows and number of columns are 6. Just increase it to 16 and click apply. The moment you made that changes, you can see there is no further concatenation. Now all the names are appearing perfectly. What what if you want to add more than 16 columns? How you gonna do that? It's also not advisable to add these many rows. It's good to create cross tab. But even if you want to add more than 16 columns, how you want to perform, or how you want to sort out this sort of problem in Tableau? Okay, so let's see. Now we have more than 16 columns. So first save this workbook in the form of TWB format, Tableau workbook file. Go to the desktop.
Now, just to give that tab. Now you can open this particular TWB file in any of the editor. I am using Notepad++. So as you can see, all the XML codes which are present, in your Tableau XML file or Tableau TWB file are present here. Now our next purpose is to find row labels as an attribute. Let me type one more time. Okay. Now, yes. So when you type the row labels, your XML is navigating to this particular format where it is saying the maximum horizontal label should be 16. So what we need to do, we can increase that 16 to 20. Let's make some changes here. Now, once the changes are done, just save this file. Open the same file, go to your desktop, and now open the same file. So now you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and 17. So now you can easily create more than 16 columns. So this is one of the way to resolve your problem. It's time to show trick number 6, which is an advanced formatting in Tableau. I think everyone loves formatting option in Tableau. Tableau is such a versatile tool which is providing so many formatting options just by doing a one click. Let's see how this type of formatting or advanced formatting option can be helpful in solving our day-to-day life problem. Let's go to our worksheet. Now, in my dashboard, I am often seeing this request from my user where they wanted to see the phone number in a particular format. The number should be shown in this particular format. A bracket will be there, after that three numbers, then another bracket which is a code, then three digit hyphen, after that four number, which is a US format. So what we need to do, we are either end up with a calculated field or will do something which can be helpful. So let's see how it can be done by using a calculated field. So what we are doing here, we are just writing a calculated field where we are extracting the numbers by using left and right function, and we are just appending a hyphen as well as that particular bracket or braces. This is a simple way to do that thing. So now we are getting our required information or required requirement. But the thing is that if we are keep on using the same calculated field, then what's the use of Tableau advanced formatting option? How we can utilize those options which can be helpful in solving our issue?
So let's see how this can be helpful or how advanced formatting can solve my problem within a flash. So let's click on format, select that particular field which is already selected, which is a phone number dimension. Now you can see you are seeing two options, header and pen. Let's go to the header section. Now in that option you are seeing so many formatting options. So for getting our desired, what we will do, we will simply copy the format as we required. The moment we copied the format, we are seeing our exact result. So this is quite handy. We need not require to write calculated field with the help of left, right and mid function. It can be easily done. Now let's go to the another requirement. So now let's see another advanced formatting option. So just to demonstrate and add text functionality, what we can do, we can create a dummy data. I have created a dummy data here which is representing items and how many unit was sold. So let's copy this particular information, go to your Tableau. I'm just copying the data from Excel to my Tableau desktop. Now here you can see I have all the information which is present in my Excel. So sometimes what we want to add our textual data in a more precise format or more informative way. So as you can see in this particular Excel, I am showing units sold. Here also it is giving the information. But don't you think if we can add 100 units, it will be more useful to the user? Sometimes we are getting this sort of requirement as well. So how we gonna do that? We can either append this particular information by creating a string units or simply go to the format option. Just create a custom. Now add units. Or you can simply, if you don't want to add any sort of decimal, you can simply remove after decimal number and just simply write 0 units. Now it is giving all the information in a correct format. If you want to add any other text, you can add any text by just clicking on that particular measure, go to the pan, select the particular select that particular custom and add that information. So this is also quite useful. Now third advanced formatting which I am going to demonstrate here. Third one, I have taken another item which is showing in the form of quantity. So let's copy that information, go to your next sheet. Now you can see the numbers are very large and it's very difficult to read also. So just to make it more useful, what we can do, we can perform some formatting option. So there is two way. Either you can opt a direct formatting option which is coming with Tableau. So select that particular field, do whatever format you want. But what I want to show you here, there is one functionality which is very common in Excel. The same thing we can implement over here also. You know, you can control any large numbers inside Tableau. The simple way to control the simple way to control your large number is to use single comma and double comma. But when you use one comma, it display in thousands, and when you use two comma, it display in millions. Let me show you how we can represent the same information in the form of millions. So when I said when I am representing that information by using a single comma, it display in thousands. Okay, have a look. When I am using a single comma, it is showing in the form of thousands. But when I am using double commas, it is showing in the form of millions. So this is quite handy feature which Tableau is providing very flawlessly. So it will be very helpful for you to add such type of information just by adding a simple double comma or single comma along with your text. So it will be very easy to handle large numbers by using some formatting option. Till now we have seen 6 tricks. Now it's time to show trick number 7. Animation on Tableau dashboard. It's a well-known fact that we can embed YouTube videos in our Tableau views. But do you know we can also incorporate animated GIF files inside the Tableau? Currently, Tableau won't play animated GIF files when placing them in a dashboard in the form of image style or in the form of image object. But if you place them as a web page style, they will definitely work. Just to demonstrate this example, what I did, I downloaded 2 files from Google and uploaded in my hosting server, which is nothing but a Google Drive. You can also use Dropbox link from your Dropbox folder as well. So I am using Google Drive. So let's open my Google Drive. So now I have uploaded 2 GIF files, which is moving ball image and Pokemon. So what you need to do, just upload your image on your Google Drive or Dropbox as per your convenience. Click on that image. You will see some option. There you will find an option called Get Shareable Link. Click on that. It will generate a shareable link. Now, when you double click on that link, just copy that. Go to your Tableau. Go to your dashboard. So what I will do, I'll add a blank sheet. Now, as that is a link, so just to host that particular information, I will be using a web page object. I think that just that. Now, the link which you copied, just paste it here and click OK. It will take time to load that image. Now you can see the GIF file which is available on your server, or the GIF file which is available on your Google Drive or Dropbox. Now that same image is available on your dashboard. So this way you can use animation on your Tableau dashboard. Now it's time to show trick number 8, which is how you can elegantly show the bar chart totals. Bar charts are very intuitive and easy to read chart. Everyone prefers bar chart. But when we are showing grand total in our bar chart, our whole chart look very cluttered because the grand total is the highest value and all other value are very less in comparison to the grand total. So what we can do, or we don't want to show a bar in a total. So it would be great if we can show just number and the rest all container will show the information in the form of bar. So how we gonna do that? So there are 2 ways. One way is by using a simple mean and max function, and another way by using size function. So I am using the size one. So I have written a calculated field where I am saying if the size is equal to 1, then show 0, otherwise rest show the sum of cells, the aggregated value of the cells. Just do a little change. Just drag this new calculated field on the column cell. So now you can see, now we are seeing grand total as 0 and all other container in the all other containers value in the form of bar. This looks quite good. Now we also wanted to see the grand total. So what we can do, simply drag the original cells. Now we are seeing the grand total very perfectly and very elegantly. So this is one way you can improve the feel and look of your bar chart. It's time to show trick number 9, which is text wrapping, and it is another one of my favorite trick which I am using most of the time. As some of my dashboard contains big sentences, and when I am using the inbuilt wrap functionality of Tableau, it is not allowing to wrap the sentence. So during that time, what I am doing, I am just writing my calculated field and making it sure that all my text are properly wrapped so that my dashboard will look good. Let's see how we gonna achieve that one. Now, let's see. So now what we want, we have a text called testing functionality and we want that text to be inside the circle. But even if you use the wrap functionality of your label marks, it will not allow you to wrap the sentence. So during that time, what we need to do? Either we will use an image or we need to write a calculated field. But don't you think writing an image will again a big task? So just to avoid those things, what we can do, we can simply write a calculated field. So I have written a calculated field where I am giving an instruction that first find the space. If there is a space between two word or two sentence, what you can do, just find that space, and if it is greater than 0, take the left hand side. So here testing functionality. So it is finding the space, and if it is greater than 0, what it is doing, it is extracting the testing part from that particular word or that particular sentence. Now for adding a space, I am using character 10. Then again, what I am doing, I am just replacing that particular right hand side of the text into an space. Okay, so this is a simple table calculation. Now, when you add that newly created calculated field in place of your existing field, you will see all your text are properly present inside your circle. So this looks pretty good. So this way you can improve your dashboard look and feel. Now it's time to show our last trick, which is trick number 10, color that adapts your data. Almost everyone who ever used Tableau once or twice must have used Tableau Map. We are using Tableau Map daily for our requirement. If we want to plot something, if we want to add some information based on our geographical data, we are using Tableau Map. And Tableau Map is so good that you can implement almost everything when it comes to geographical data. Let's explore how this tip can be helpful. This tip I learned from Santiago. He's a great guy. So let's go to my Tableau desktop. So here you can see I have two products and my data is divided on states and I have year over year change which I created in the form of bin. Now here you can see when I'm selecting product 1, the color is showing from mean to max value 6% to 52%. Now, when I'm changing the value from product 1 to product 2, you can see there is a slight variation from darker color to the light color, which is not good or which is not fully appropriate because the previous product is showing dark color and there is a sudden variation when we are changing the product 2. Just have a look another example. Now when we are changing again from product 1 to product 2, we are seeing long in we are seeing more darker sets. You can see here This is between 0.1 to 0.2. So what I'm trying to implement here, I just want that my data should automatically equally present in both the side, no matter whether it is going from mean to max. So we are using standard deviation and window max function. So what we are using for taking an average, we are using window average, which will give you the entire average of YOY change. And same we will be using standard deviation. And what we are giving, if it is greater than, if average of our YOY change is greater than the average of two times of our standard deviation, then we will be saying represent that information in two. Same we will be writing for 0.5, 1.5, 1.5 and min. You can see here we are writing the same information for other value. So our range will be from zero point 0.2 to 2. Similarly, in the left hand side, our range will be minus zero point 0.2 to minus 2. Now, we will be using this newly created calculated field in our color self, and we'll see whether it is affecting any, whether it is making some impact or not. Now, what I am doing, I am just creating that. I have already created that calculated field and dropped it into the color self. And what I did in the colored selection, in the palette selection, what I did, I just selected a range which is from zero point 0.2 to 2, which is already present in our calculated field, and I have defined the color. So our start will be from minus 2, which is present in the left hand side, and the right hand side will end at 2. Now add that particular calculated field in your color self. So the moment when you added that color self on the color marks, you can see there is not that much variation which you observed when you are not adding the standard deviation in your calculation. So now when we are changing from product 1 to product 2, you can see the variation is quite good. It is not showing that much variation. So the changes are quite. So with this, you can make your data in a such a way that will adapt your color. Hope these all 10 tips and tricks are helpful to you. Thank you for your time. Thank you so much. Have a great day.